It is Trust Tuesday, so that means it is time to chat with our friends. The Better Business Bureau and Kit Letcher, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma, joins us. Hey, Kit.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
How are things?
Good. The wind's gotten a little bit colder, so happy about that.
Last time we had you in the studio, I believe, was just dead in the heat of the summer. So this is a change of pace.
We were a little sweaty.
There you go. There's no telling where this segment will go from there.
We're
However,
talking about differentiation.
the key word is differentiation. That's the topic.
It's being able to say it is the hard part.
I said it once, and that's all I'm going to try for it. But it's building a better business, which is perfect for the BBB, right?
Yeah, we think so.
And you have hard-hitting graphics and information of how we can discover our brand's uniqueness and then how to market it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why is that important?
Okay.
Differentiation. Ooh, I tried it twice.
And you did. You did a good job the second time.
Okay.
I like that one. So really what we want to talk about today is how to set yourself apart from your competition. You know, with 7 million people across the globe, a lot of businesses that are very similar, it's very easy to look like your neighbor, like the person who's doing something very similar to you. So when you're thinking about your business, really getting to the root of why you're in business, what your purpose is, and what makes you special. Because for most business owners, they're not trying to appeal to the masses per se. They're trying to find their target market, their demographic that really understands and values what they have to offer, and then going towards those individuals or those consumers so that you can make a difference in their lives and you can build a lasting relationship together. And that really is at the heart of what we're talking about.
Relationship, I think, is very key, excuse me, for the B2C or even B2B businesses. You have to provide value.
Absolutely. And that really goes back to knowing your why. What's your purpose? Why did you get into this business? If you're a financial planner, you know, what is it about helping people save for retirement, save for college, you know, look towards their future that gets you up in the morning, that makes you feel like you're making a difference?
So how do you do this? How do you identify your brand's uniqueness?
You know, it's different for each person. Yep. It all goes together.
Yep.
Because, like, for me individually, my purpose, I know without a doubt, is making my community a better place. So I did obviously not grow up wanting to work for the Better Business Bureau. I didn't know that was a thing. But when I look at what are the organizations that are making a difference in my community, there are some really natural fits. If you are wanting to make a difference in how people are setting their goals or moving forward or even growing their business, maybe, you know, having a business that is financial planning or business strategy is where you're going to set yourself apart. So looking at those purposes individually and then growing your business that way. Talking to your competition, talking to friends and neighbors and what they're looking for in a business, helping fill in the gaps can really help you figure out what it is that you want to do and how your business can be something a little bit different.
You had a key point here of what do I value most about my business, which really helps you internalize this is what I do and this is why I do it.
Right, absolutely. And looking at, you know, if I want to work with people one-on-one, if I want to run an online business because I don't actually like talking to people.
People are scary.
That's a really big difference. But knowing how you work best, going towards your strengths so that you can offer the best value in your industry is going to be ideal.
All right, so we've used the example of Dave's Cafe before, and I'm in the coffee business, let's say. Moving on to building your brand, how do you start to build the brand? How does Dave's Cafe build his brand?
Right. And I think that's where you really find the most relatable way to reach your customers. So if people are coming to Dave's Cafe because you have the very best coffee or you offer the most unique roasts in Oklahoma City, whatever it is that why you set up that business, what makes you different, maybe it's that you offer free Wi-Fi, maybe it's that you have a really comfortable atmosphere so people are going to stay and they're going to talk with their friends longer. Those are the things that you're going to advertise, because if I'm looking for a great coffee shop where I can sit down with my friends and I can have a meeting, or I know I can have a really great atmosphere, I'm going to look for a place that offers that. So maybe the roast isn't as important as the atmosphere of the business.
The experience.
Absolutely. But if I'm a coffee snob and I want you to bring in, you know, beans from a certain part of the country and I want you to roast them a very specific way, if that's what you do, then advertise that, because that's what sets you apart from your competition.
Goes back to your favorite word, differentiation.
That's right. And so making sure that people understand the value of what they're getting so that it relates to them on a personal level.
Well, and that foreshadows the next one here of finding your niche, and perhaps it is those nice Guatemalan beans that you're serving.
Or maybe it's that whenever you walk into your shop, the barista can tell you, where the beans came from. They have a whole conversation with you. Or if you're somebody who's like, I don't really want to talk to you about beans. I just came here to meet with somebody else.
Shut up about the beans already.
But those are the things that you're letting people know. So when they have that experience, you really are getting to the heart of where they want to be. And when you're doing that advertising and that marketing, you're making it relatable. And you're also not advertising out to the masses. You are really trying to hit that target demographic so that you aren't spending your dollars where it's not the most effective for your business, and really setting yourself apart. So you might look like one more coffee shop, but your coffee shop is special because you provide XYZ services, and that's what makes you special.
Chatting with Kit Letcher, she's the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma, about how to build a better business and differentiate your brand. I haven't said that word once yet, and we have two things of knowing how to address your demand and staying relevant, two topics to address. How do you know how to address that demand?
I really think this is where we get into talking to your customers, even talking to your competition, trying out what other people are doing, and knowing your strengths. So knowing what, like if you are a talker and if you like talking to people, awesome, go with it. I hate my desk. I absolutely hate my desk. You'll never find me there. So if I have a business where I have to sit behind my desk all day, it's not going to be a good fit for me. That's not a strength for me. But if you want me to go out and talk to people in the community and be more engaging and have conversations, awesome. That's a perfect fit.
That's your comfort zone.
That's my strength. And so a lot of times we see business owners really try to be all things because that's what they see somebody else doing. And that's not going to work for you. That's not where you're going to grow and excel. And so knowing what is your strength, but also talking to your competition, your friends, brainstorming with other people who can say, you know what, you do this well, or I don't like it that you do this, and be like, okay, well then I need to change my messaging a little bit because I'm never going to be good at that. And really leveraging those assets really can help set you apart, but also makes sure that you find the people who are going to be attracted to what you have to offer.
So Dave's Cafe is in business. It's found a niche. How does Dave's Cafe stay relevant, though?
Really?
How do I stay in business?
How do I stay in business? I think it's talking to your customers and making sure that why are they coming in to see you, but then why do they keep coming back? Who do they tell about it? Are they your brand ambassadors? Are those the people that are going to go, you know what, I've got my friend Sean, he likes coffee, I'm going to tell him about Dave's Cafe because I want him to experience that as well, and I know that that's a good fit for him. Maybe you do a survey out to your customers.
That's a good idea.
And so really you want to be transparent and making sure that you're asking the right questions. One of the things that I actually like doing is talking to people who don't use your services and making sure that they're not using them because of a real reason. It's not something that you need to fix. So let's say you are a financial advisor. Let's say you're in insurance and you have done several bids and you're not getting that business. Going back to the people who didn't use your services and saying, why didn't you choose us? What was it about how we did our proposal that you didn't like? And if it was, I didn't like the online applications that you had, or I didn't like that you actually come to my office because I don't really want to see you. And I use that example because insurance is a great example of this. I have an insurance agent for our office that I love. He does a great job. And every time he thinks of something new, he calls me and says, hey, I was thinking about this and I think this would be a good fit for you and for BBB. Can I come see you and talk to you about it? I like that. That's
You're
what
like,
I want.
I need someone who's proactive, giving me some value.
For my personal life, for my home, it's the exact opposite because my husband's the one that buys our insurance for our home. He does not want to meet with you. He doesn't want to talk to you. He wants to be able to do everything online. Yeah. And so we approach the same types of services very differently. And so being able to realize what is going to be a strength for that customer, we use two completely different services, two individuals to actually use our insurance both for our home and for our business.
That makes perfect sense to me. And don't you think it varies by the industry? Some things I just want to handle online. I don't want to deal with somebody.
Yeah.
But other things I do want to
I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions,
Right.
and I don't want to do a live chat for my questions. I want to look you in the eye and know that you're telling me the truth,
Right.
and you're not giving me the runaround. And those aren't higher price point items. Those are typically things that should be much more engaging. But I also, getting back to your coffee shop, you know, I want to have a good experience when I go buy coffee. If I wanted to drive-through coffee, I would go do drive-through coffee. But when I want to have an experience where I can sit down, read a book, look through email, and have a nice cup of coffee, I want to know where I can have that experience. And so that's where being relevant and knowing who your target audience is and who your target demographic is going to be really important. And those surveys can be really helpful.
for good feedback.
Absolutely.
All right, Kit Letcher with the Better Business Bureau here, dropping the knowledge as always on Trust Tuesday. You can find more information by going to the Better Businesses website at bbb.org/Oklahoma City. For Sean Rose right over there, for Paige Dillard in the control room, I'm Dave Morris saying, Kit, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Dave. Absolutely.